Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today is a video which is so exciting because I'm actually going to give you a story time. And this is probably, to some of you guys, a negative story time. But to me, it's actually the complete opposite of that. It's a story time which I'm so grateful to be talking about because it's incredible. I was offered a surgery a few years ago actually, because I had this surgery 2 years ago. So yeah, I was offered it probably 2 years ago, around that time anyway. I am so happy that I went for this surgery, and I'll tell you every little detail about the surgery so that, especially if anyone with Morchio is watching or anybody that's going to have the same surgery is watching, hopefully I'm helping you guys with making the decision of a lifetime. Anyway, so welcome to my tracheal resection story. So, I can't remember the exact dates, it's all such a blur to me, except for the actual surgery, it's all such a blur. I can't remember when I got offered the surgery. If I can find out the dates, I'll obviously put it on screen. But I was offered that surgery 2.5 years ago maybe, before the surgery. So, my mum was told about it when I was having a sleep study there, and she obviously didn't tell me. The surgeon actually wanted to speak to her first, see if it's something that I would like to have. Now, at this point, I didn't say this to any of my family, any of my friends, or anything. This was literally a secret between me. I felt like I couldn't breathe, at all, so I felt like I was becoming to the end of my life. So, obviously my mum didn't know this, so she was like, yeah, I would have to speak to Gracie about this. She probably would like to have this surgery, but I don't know, she just doesn't like having surgeries, so I don't know if that is the best option for her, but I'll definitely ask her. So she wasn't allowed to ask me just yet. They thought that it would be best to talk to my mum about it, maybe give her a bit of perspective of what would happen in the surgery, and then she can talk to my dad about it, but I was not to know about this. So, the next time I go and see this surgeon, he actually says to me about this surgery, and the first thing is he says, I have a surgery that would be perfect for you. It's just about fitting your trachea well in you, and it's just to get rid of all the kinks to make sure you can breathe properly. And as soon as he said that, I was like, I want this surgery. So he said, is this something that you would like doing? And without a doubt, I didn't even have to think about it. I just said, yes, let's do it when we having the surgery. He was so confused why I said it, but now he knows how much I couldn't breathe. He actually understands why I said it so confidently. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. I'm so excited. So yeah, I was so excited for the surgery, and I don't even understand it. I wasn't even nervous until I got into the hotel, which I will talk about it in a minute. That's when I became nervous, and that was literally 3 days before the surgery. So that was exciting. I was so excited. So then, in June, I can't remember the date again. I literally cannot remember. Obviously, it is in my calendar, so it's on screen. But, yeah, so I was like, yes, I'm very excited. So I just said yes straight away, and I got very excited about it. So then he told me that I'd have to go to a different hospital. Now, normally I have surgeries in a hospital in Manchester, But this time I had to have one in London, so a lot further away from where I live. And yeah, so that was a bit scary because I'd never been to this hospital before. I'd been to, obviously, London, like, loads of times, like, for the one show, for meeting people. You know, I've been to London. I love London. Like, it's one of my favourite cities. But it was just that I was going to have a surgery there, and I've never even seen this hospital before. So that was really nervous. I actually had my surgery done in Great Ormond Street Hospital. And yeah, they were lovely in there. I absolutely loved it. So we arrived on the Friday. Now, my surgery was due to happen on the Monday, 14th of June. Just remembered, it's the 14th of June. So I arrived on the Friday and then had the surgery on the Monday. I always have surgeries on Mondays. I don't know why. Don't ask me why, because it doesn't make sense. But every surgery I've ever had is always on a Monday. Yeah, we arrive on Friday for the surgery on Monday. So on that Friday when we arrive, I have to go straight to Great Ormond Street, and I think they just did a load of tests on me. Yeah, they took a blood test, which I was scared about because they couldn't do it in my port or something. Why couldn't they do it in my port? They had to do it in my hand for some reason. They couldn't do it in my port, so that was scary. Mum had to go out of the room because at that point she was scared of needles. She had needle phobia then. She doesn't have it as much anymore because she does my infusions now. But yeah, so we did that. I had my blood test taken. I think I had my height and weight done. Like, every single test you can imagine, I had done. I also had a CT scan, which was horrible. I hated that. But you know what? It's okay. It led to the most amazing thing ever. So I'm so grateful to even have that. So on the Friday evening, we went back to where we're staying, and the place I was staying was literally right next to the hospital. It was amazing. We stayed in this, it was literally like an apartment. Like, we had a kitchen, sofa, then 2 bedrooms, so one's my mum and dad's and one's mine. And I had 2 beds in my room, which was really nice, very luxury. So yeah, that was lovely. And then a door in my bedroom to get through to mum and dad's bedroom and vice versa. So that was lovely. That whole setup was amazing. And we stayed there with Sick Children's Trust, which is incredible. I don't know if I've spoken about it on my channel before, but it was amazing. I absolutely loved them. I still love them. I've done a lot of work with the Sick Children's Trust from them, so if I can find a video of me speaking in more depth about them, I'll link it down below. But they are incredible. They let parents stay in, like, I don't even know, in rooms, I guess. They give them a home from home whilst their child is in hospital, which is incredible. So we stayed there from the Friday evening till the Monday morning. And then my mum and dad were moved because obviously there wasn't any point them having 2 bedrooms and a kitchen and a living room, like, just for them. So they did move eventually, but you know, it's brilliant. It was amazing anyway. So I cannot stress this enough. I literally loved this experience. The fact was, the dinners that I had beforehand were from Waitrose. They were from the Waitrose, like, what were they called? Like, pre-done meals, I guess. Incredible. Best meal I've ever had. But yeah, that was amazing. So then it comes to Sunday evening. my tummy is doing somersaults. That's exactly when I started feeling nervous for this surgery. I wasn't nervous at all leading up to that. I was like mostly really excited. The night that it was going to be, so the Sunday night, that's when I started feeling nervous. So I think that's quite cool. But yeah, I was like so nervous from then. And then it comes to the morning of Monday and I'm shitting myself. Like, this is scary. Scary business. So, then what I do is I go to Gosh, which was exciting. So we waited in the waiting room for the surgeon to let me through. And then I obviously went to sleep with the anaesthetic. Now, I don't want to envision that bit too much because I don't like envisioning all that. So I am going to skip past that part. But yeah, I went to sleep basically. I woke up with, what would you call it? Like a little drip thing in my stomach, I think it was anyway. I think it was either in my stomach or in my neck. I cannot remember. I was really drugged up at this point. So I have no idea. And 2 tubes in my nose. If I find a photo, I will insert loads of photos from that surgery now. But yes, I woke up with loads of tubes in my nose and stuff everywhere. Like, it was that. So that was amazing. Waking up like that. I was well drugged up at that point. So then comes on the Tuesday and I was really sick that day. TMI, I was vomiting a lot. But yeah, I still kept thinking about the fact that I'm going to be able to breathe after this. Now, I will say, when I had the tubes in, even though it was a breathing tube, I could not breathe properly. I didn't feel like I was better. I felt like I was actually worse than I was previously. So it did actually scare me a little bit, but I was like, no, it'll be fine. So then, I think it was the Wednesday. The Wednesday, again, drugged up. They gave me some local anaesthetic and they took the drain out, I think it was called, of my stomach or my neck, or I can't remember where it was. One of those places anyway. And they took that out. Cannot remember them taking that out whatsoever. But then on that Wednesday, I took out my breathing tube. I took it out myself, which I'm so proud of myself to do because today I would not be able to do that. Like, how crazy was that? And my mum and dad bought me Mackies because I could actually eat by myself by that point. Can I just say, I recovered so quickly. We thought I was going to be in there for 3 weeks, but I was only in there for 1. So I was like, yeah, it was crazy. Which is not normal, by the way. It's not normal for being surgery in ICU for 3 weeks, for 1 week at all. But I was really grateful that I was in for that long. Anyway, so I had my Mackies, feeling very, very happy with myself. And then I get to take out my food tube, so I did that, my feeding tube. As soon as I took that out, I breathed in like loads of air for the first time in what felt like ages. I went back and I just started crying my eyes out. My nurses, my parents, they were like, what's wrong? I was like, I can breathe. And I started crying. I'm going to start crying in a minute again. But yeah, they started crying with me and it was the most surreal experience I've ever felt in my entire life, because at that point, like before then, I'd obviously thought that when I went to sleep, I thought, am I going to wake up in the morning? And then all throughout the day, I'd be thinking, is this my last day? I need to make it amazing. And it was all like that, so I wasn't feeling the best anyway. But then when I took when I felt the air in my lungs, like I literally felt the air in my lungs, I was like, I can breathe. Like, I'm not going to have those thoughts for years now. And that was incredible to me, that I was thinking that I can actually breathe. So yeah, that was incredible. Then I stayed in for the Thursday and Friday because they didn't have a bed for me somewhere else. I was perfectly fine, by the way, on the Thursday and Friday, like absolutely fine. But they didn't have a bed for me on a normal ward, so yeah, I need a drink. I can hardly speak. Got my handy dandy Vimto as usual. So yes, I was okay on the Thursday and Friday. I was just waiting for a bed on a normal ward. And then on the Saturday to the Sunday, this Sunday that I'm talking about now was Father's Day. And I went home on Father's Day. Can we just say how amazing that was to be going home on Father's Day? Like, that was incredible. So I was well happy with that, and yeah, it was amazing. So yeah, we went home on Father's Day of that year, Father's Day 2019. We went back home, and it was the first time I could breathe in this house properly. Because even when we moved into this current house when I was 9, even then I wasn't breathing properly. So the fact that it was a surreal experience, because we got in about midnight, because it takes ages to get from London to here. So it was about midnight when we got here, and I remember I started crying again. And Mum and Dad were like, "What's wrong? What's hurting?" I was like, "Nothing's hurting. I can feel air. I can feel me breathing. I can actually breathe." It's like I couldn't breathe the last time I was in this house, and now I can breathe. So yeah, it was a surreal experience, and I'm so glad I took that surgery, because now I can breathe. Do you know what I mean? It's like amazing. I have a permanent scar from that surgery, obviously on my neck, which you can't really see very well. It's healed really well. And on my nose, you can't see that very well either. But when you look at me closely, I've got a little dint in my nose from where the tubing was, because that one was in for a very long time. It's literally got a dent in my nose. I find it hilarious. But then, obviously, in my neck, this is a photo of how it was like a few weeks after the surgery. Still amazing. But now, you can't see it. So, I'm quite happy with that. It was incredible. I loved the experience. I wouldn't say I'd do it all over again, soon, but when I can't breathe again, I will do it again, and I promise you that, because it was the most amazing, unexplainable experience ever. So if anyone is offered this surgery, just go for it, because honestly, it's incredible. And if any of you are offered the surgery and you need some advice in what to take it or not, DM me on Instagram about it, and I will tell you only good things about it, because there is literally nothing negative to do with the experience. Literally, it was incredible. I absolutely love it. So yeah, so that is my tracheal resection story, aka the best surgery I've ever had in my entire life. I now tell people, if they see my scar and they wonder what's that from and stuff, I say that been slipped with somebody slipped me in the throat. Because it does look like that, and they technically did, but it was surgeons, not normal people in the day-to-day life. So I find that hilarious that I get to say that now. But thank you so much for watching this video. I am so happy I took this surgery. And I'm sure there'll be more exciting surgeries to come. Because there always is for the little wife of Gracie Moyes, isn't there? Just let's be honest. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, smash a big thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys, love you.